Hey guys, this is Remy. I'm going to be doing a series of reaction videos. At first, it's just going to mostly be tattoos and stuff. I haven't seen any of these images that
Not
we're
yet.
about to react to. Kevin has curated most of them, so I don't really know what I'm in for.
Yeah,
Let's find out.
And what you're in for today is a series of tattoo cover-ups.
Tattoo cover-ups.
Because
Gotcha.
you are a person who is experienced in a lot of cover-ups.
Tons.
And so you're going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yeah, we'll just take you through them.
Fun.
So here's image number 1.
That's actually pretty cool. I do like that you can see, like, you can kind of see the color a little bit still through it. I think maybe it needs one more pass to get that solid black in, but it's always hard to tell now because like you can tell one image has a filter and the other one doesn't.
Right?
Right? Like, and then I wonder how much more has been done to that image.
Yeah.
That's always my
How much fooling they've been doing?
yeah. Because yeah, this one is very clearly not edited at all.
Yeah.
And then this one over here is clearly the skin tone is even different
Yeah.
color, right? Like
Yeah.
but I mean, I really like the idea. It's just, it's a lot of black. If you don't want a lot of black, that's a lot of black.
Yeah,
Like I feel like
totally.
you could have turned that into a color piece still somehow.
Yeah, of course you could.
Like it might have been like a whole lower like shin or whatever,
Yep.
right? But I think you could have done more if you wanted.
Well, and it's taking black to cover a lot of black, which, I mean, obviously works.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome design, and if that's what the person was going for, I think it's dope. But you know, it does leave you with you could have done some
It
more.
just looks like you put a bit of a black blob on it.
Yeah, but
but-
done well.
I mean, yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
It's definitely solid.
And then speaking of doing more, here's a good example.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but see, this was barely in there. That looks like, was it lasered, do you
That
think?
is, and that's what I was gonna say. This is a fully tattooable
Yeah,
cover up. This
yeah,
is
that's-
fully lasered.
That could basically be anything you want, right?
Yep.
And so from there, I mean, they must have really wanted this space-aged cat.
Yep.
Like, I don't know
They're all about
exactly
it.
what is, all going on here, but it does look nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't have to make sense to be aesthetically pleasing,
No.
right? Like, because some people will be like, well, what I want to make sure that I have this thing in there. I need this. I need like a moon over here. There's gonna be a sun over, like, different things. This is just cool shapes and colors that work
Yeah.
together really
Like you
well.
took a painting and put it on the skin. Kind
Right.
Of thing.
It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't need to make sense always. But that looks like it's had laser sessions. I wonder how many.
I would say between 5 and 8.
Yeah, because like how solid do you think that might have been at some point?
Judging from the look of it, there's a lot of deep black in there, so I'm guessing it was pretty hard.
Yeah, it's tough to tell as it goes up, like what was happening. But I mean, it's a lot more done with that area than that last one for sure.
Oh yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, a lot more complicated.
So this next one, we also do a lot of scar cover up, and this is what I thought was a good example of what you can do to fix up a scar to make it look a lot better.
Oh yeah, yeah. You barely see those marks anymore. I mean, if you come in here, this is where I don't know if it would have been aesthetically pleasing if they had bridged this gap though.
Yeah, right.
Like it would have built like a belt.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you really want to wear a flower belt all the time.
I mean,
right?
it who knows? That could be fun.
It could be fun, but see, I've got hip piercing scars, and they're just blacked out, and you can't even tell they're there anymore.
Yeah.
I actually get people all the time that are like, I have scars. What will tattoos look like over them? Like, if they're done well,
Yeah.
you'll barely be able to see the scar.
Yeah.
It also depends on how deep they are, too, right?
Yeah.
But
And how old the scar is.
it really changes the age of the torso. Like, this looks like 40s. This looks like 30s.
Yeah.
Like, it almost takes 10 years
Yeah, it
off
aged
a
her
person.
down quite a
Yeah.
lot, hey?
Like, I won't say she's 20s now, but
No.
like it's quite a bit younger for sure.
Yeah, and that's a good option for because that's a tummy tuck scar.
Yeah.
So like a tummy tuck scar is all the way across your abdomen. And that's a
Now,
good way of addressing it.
I'm wondering if she had that tummy tuck afterwards, right? What would have happened to that tattoo? That's what I always think. Like,
Would
when
have
you
been-
well, they always say, oh, as you age, things change, right? What about surgeries? Like, and then how hard would it be to touch it up after doing something like that? I wonder.
Pretty hard. 'Cause
So
you'd have to
that's
wait for
best
the.
left for after.
Yeah, I would. Well after. That'd be where I'd be at.
But it's a crazy optical illusion.
Yeah.
Because it makes her look thinner too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whoever did this knows the flow of the body really well.
But again, like, I'm always noticing the lighting differences picture to picture.
Yep.
You had not had that filter, I wonder what it would look like.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Strange.
And last but not least,
So this is odd. We had something that doesn't make sense to begin with, but it's in there.
some shapes.
Yeah, those shapes, whatever the hell they're saying, they're in there. They're straight mostly, and they're solid. And then we somehow turned that into this indistinguishable blob of bird anatomy. Like, there's this.
Yep,
What is this? A
there's some
crow up
birds in there.
here? It looks like a crowfish. Like it's a fish, but like a crow beak or something.
Yep.
And it's just screaming to be put out of its misery.
Oh, yeah.
Like it wants to die. Why did you do this to me? It's saying.
Yep.
That's what that. And this guy down here is smug.
Yep.
Like he's just, ha ha ha. Look what we've done to this tattoo, right? Like that's what I'm feeling here. This guy knows how bad it is. This guy's loving how bad it is.
So do you think the person would be happy with this?
I mean,
Did it do it?
How drunk
it-
are they?
Did it cover it up?
Yeah, it didn't cover it up well, no. I can still see a lot of what was going on in the first tattoo when I'm looking. Mm-hmm. And I would have preferred the first tattoo. This is where, like, if I was going to choose between this and a blackout tattoo, the choice should be obvious, right?
I would hope so.
I mean, I get so many people are like, well, it's just black. I'm like, well, I'd rather have just black than whatever the hell this is.
Yeah.
Like whatever the hell this guy up here, this bird doesn't want to be here. This bird wishes it didn't exist. Can you imagine wearing that?
I can't.
Good God, man.
I know.
Yeah, you can see there's like this weird blobby, like gray thing happening here
Yeah.
between the two birds. Like,
Yeah.
and
good
then
solid
and you
blobs.
can see the lettering up here behind the bird's head. Oh my God.
Yep.
They didn't even try and hide that.
No.
That's a tough one, man.
And unfortunately, that was done about 500 yards from here.
Oh, was it? Oh, I think I know who did that. See, here's where you should have just said, "Have you met my friend Jeremy?" Right?
Well, eventually he'll find your page. He'll see what happens with the blackout suit, and we'll black out his arm.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's all that you can be done with that now.
That's called saving it. Right there.
It's funny because there were so many different options there.
Yes.
And now there's no options here really. Like, can you
one.
imagine coming in here and going, "Hey, I want to cover this up." It's like, okay, with what? A blob?
Yep.
Like, there's no hope for this thing now.
That's one of the things with covering up a tattoo. People
Oh.
don't get that it's actually very hard.
And this is concerning. It looks like there was an infection of some kind there.
More than likely, yeah.
like
that will
I
be.
know those pockets usually that's like an infection healing.
Well, and this would be fresh,
Oh,
so
there's one down here too.
those are probably
Oh yeah.
little holes pulled out of
Yeah.
the skin.
Usually what comes out of those holes in the end isn't good.
I can only imagine.
I've seen some scary things. This person's in for some trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.